No one is going to get picked on, no one is going to be made to look a fool, no one is going to be made to be embarrassed. I'm not that type of chap. I'm the gentleman hypnotist, and I try and do everything in a manner that I would like to be treated myself. So you don't have to worry about anything like that. Good evening! Good evening! Just make your drinks down for a second. Okay. Great, can everyone just do this?
Oh, no. No.
Can everyone just do this? Can everyone just do this? Can everyone just do this? Get your fingers really tight together. Really, really tight. Really tight. No, you can't do it, you can't do it. Can everyone just do this?
Oh, yeah. Well done. You did that.
That's my Tony Charles. No, you haven't done anything wrong. I've just done something a little bit different to you.
You need to keep your hands open.
Exactly. No, that's as bad as it gets. My name is Tony Charles. I am known as a gentleman hypnotist because I do look after my clients, I do look after the people who do come on stage when I do my stage stuff. This is what I do. I really enjoy seeing the change. I like seeing the change. But what I thought I'd do, people, like as I've said on the video, people, when you say the word hypnosis, something happens. If it's Spanish people, they come at you with a stake and they want to burn you as a witch. If it's in British, all those things. If I said to you hypnosis and you didn't know me or you didn't know what was coming about, you'd have a certain preconceived idea, possibly. And most of it's wrong. And that's my idea tonight, was just to say a few words to help people understand what hypnosis is, and more importantly, what hypnosis isn't. Can I be very rude and ask you to put all your phones on silent if you haven't already? Just in case we get a volunteer up here, and I don't want to spoil the ambience. Now, basically, people will have different ideas of hypnosis. People have different ideas of if it works, if it's voodoo, if it's from woo-woo land, if it's real, if it's not real. So what I want to do is I actually want to explain just a little bit, a very basic amount of science and psychology. We all have our brain, and sometimes it works against us. It really, really does. The number one reason why people come see a hypnotist, one is usually the last resort, because of all the preconceived ideas. They think we're going to control your mind. Does anyone think that?
Mm.
Yeah? Okay, if I could do that, I would be standing by a cash machine. Seriously, if I could do that, I'd be standing there. If I could control someone's mind, I would stand by a cash machine. It's impossible. Your subconscious looks after you on a daily basis. And you also go in and out of hypnosis on a daily basis. You just don't realise it. It's the most common, most natural thing in our evolution. We drift. We daydream. We drive past the turning. Who's done that? Driven past the turning? Right. Okay, so you've got your conscious mind. You've got your conscious mind, and you've got your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind looks after you tremendously. But you remember when you was driving, your subconscious mind, your conscious mind, right? I've got hands at 10 to 2. That's one thing. Got put me near it. That's 2 things. Put some seatbelt on. That's 3 things. Your conscious mind can only deal with 7 plus or minus 2 thoughts at any one time.
As many as that?
As many as that. Plus or minus 2. So as you were learning to drive, you were doing things one at a time. Mirror, indicate, manoeuvre. If another thought popped into your head, something would have to leave in your conscious mind. And so now, when your subconscious controls everything, your brain, your blood pressure, the movements of picking your drink up. If I told you now that you're now thinking about the feeling of the foot inside your shoe, you're all thinking of the feeling inside your shoe and the foot. But something else has just popped out of your conscious mind. When you become an accomplished driver, driving around, your hands on what should we have for tea tonight? What am I doing tomorrow? And you're driving a 1-ton killing machine on automatic pilot, because that's what your subconscious is. It's an automatic pilot. This is just a rough model, so don't take it very exact. You've got your emotional side, which deals with all your artistic flair, however you want to express yourself. You've then got your intelligent side and the emotional side. The intelligent side is your numbers, your 1, 2, 3, your learnings. Your emotional side is all your artistic stuff. When there's conflict between the intellect and the emotion always wins. Anyone ever had a row with someone, walked out the door, slammed the door after them? That's the emotion really kicking in. You go 5 minutes down the road, oh, why do I say that? All of a sudden the intellect starts to kick in and now starts to balance back up. Because that's why the number one reason for people to come to see a hypnotist or a therapist is anxiety. Things that haven't happened yet. So you go out the door and all of a sudden the intellect kicks in. In the middle you've got this amygdala, which I'll come to in a second. The emotion will always win over the intellect. We're just emotional beings. We're made of electric as well. So, I've just got a tube with some lights in. Excuse me. Pick on you. So if you can hold that hand, that's intrepid and around it like that. Now we need to get those lights going. So you just hold your hand out for me. And so basically, we can only get those lights going if there's an electrical circuit. So there's an electrical circuit. So if you can hold her, you hold your hand out, and let's see. Let's see. Not much better. It's an old thing.
Yeah,
it's an old thing. And basically, we have all these cortisols, all these emotions, all these adrenalines flying around our body because we're electric, and the electric currents take them all the way around. The thing between the emotional and the intellect side of the brain is called the amygdala. It sits just behind the nose. And it's our fight, flight, freeze mechanism. This is all it is. It does this. Am I safe? Am I okay? Am I fine? Am I safe? Am I okay? Am I fine? We've had it since we evolved. What happens? As you go along normally, this over 70 million miles per second, or million times per second, if there's a problem, let's say a saber-toothed tiger jumps out at you when you're an old sapien, basically, the amygdala expands. And it creates a fight, flight, freeze response. So a saber-toothed tiger comes out, right, shall I fight it? No, I might lose. Shall I flight? Shall I run away? Or shall I freeze, curl up in a ball? Imagine, to bring it to the new age, you just pass across the road, car screeches in front of you, you're going along quite nicely, and all of a sudden you hear the brakes come on, bang, your amygdala flies open. It then gives you choices to make. Do I fight the car? Do I run away from it? Or do I freeze and curl into it? When you get built, look at the bottom, you can't get hiding away from it. But as soon as your amygdala opens, all the electricals, the cortisols, all the adrenaline, that sick feeling you get in your stomach, where your second brain is, I'll go into that. But you've got a brain in the stomach. That's all flying around your body. So that electrical current is carrying everything around your body, making you feel horrible. After a while, 10 minutes after the car's gone away, you're walking safely, you feel safe, then this goes back to normal. The problem is, when we started off as little kids, everything's fine, then we burnt our hand, that gets stuck in there. Then we had a row with somebody, then we lost a loved one, that gets stuck in there. Most people can handle that normally, but people who are anxious, they're kind of like that all the time. Their amygdala, come on in, a bit late, but come on in. We'll catch you up. Your amygdala kind of stays half open. So you're kind of feeling that anxiousness all the time. You're feeling anxious about things that haven't happened yet. And all we want to do as a hypnotist is get into your subconscious and take this stuff out and basically allow it to operate normally. We can allow your amygdala to operate normally as you normally should do. You'd be absolutely fine. It's amazing with anxiety, especially as a number one reason. Anxiety, especially, people are always thinking something's going to go wrong before it's even happened. You know, it's amazing. If you can look after your amygdala, look after your health and well-being, because that's the in word, the well-being, the mental welfare, the mental care of you, is looking your subconscious. Because basically, this is the most important thing, or one of the most important things. Then people, because their amygdala's too full of rubbish and bits and pieces, it stops them being themselves, stops them being you. And all hypnosis does, as a hypnotist, all I want to do is allow you to allow yourself to function normally every single day. And with hypnosis, we can do that. You've got the conscious mind. Imagine the subconscious is a big inflatable ball. And you've got your conscious mind, which is a 1 cent piece. That's on top of the inflatable ball. Your subconscious is absolutely massive. There's so much going on in there, and we forget to look after ourselves. If I was to give you a key to any car you wanted, which car would you have?
Audi.
Any car.
Yes, actually. Yeah,
You're all Audis?
yeah, I like my Audis.
Then
Range Rover.
Range Rover.
Voice colour.
If you was to have a car, a choice of any car, what would you have?
Bentley.
Bentley, fantastic. But then if I said to you that's the only car you could have in your life, you can't buy it, you can't buy another one, you can't change it, how much care would you put into it? Exactly. And this is what I want to do with hypnosis, with careful mental well-being. We want you to look after yourself as much as you can. The only car that you would ever have. But because we don't think of things like that, we don't think of ourselves, we don't... Do you all know what I mean? Because we don't think of ourselves, we'll put other people first, and we've got other things first, things that don't really matter. That's the problem. We're so consumed with everything that nothing else really matters, apart from what's the next thing, what's the next bit, what did that person say about me, what did that... We're always worried about what other people...
But that's because you have to deal with things like that. You can't function.
Well, you can, we choose not to.
Keeping up with the times.
Keeping up with all that kind of stuff, So with hypnosis, one, I can't just walk up to anyone, click my fingers and say sleep. Hypnosis doesn't work like that, it's a process. Well, I'll come to Layla in a minute. Layla's a subject of mine, and I brought her here for a reason, or asked her to come here for a reason. I can't just go something in the street. If I did, was asleep, I'd get punched in the nose. You know, it's as simple as that. You have to want hypnosis. You have to want to be hypnotized. I can't hypnotize anybody. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. You have the power to do it yourself. It's just a long... the Egyptians, they had, many years ago, they had sleep temples where people came to be healed and cured through what's now known as hypnosis. But it was a sleep temple because hypnosis has been associated with the word sleep. And it's not sleep. Who's been hypnotized before? 1, 2, 3. So you'll know that you'll be able to hear everything, you're aware of everything. If something happens in the room, your subconscious is protecting you. And if I made a suggestion to anybody through the power of hypnosis that their subconscious didn't agree with, went against their morals, it just wouldn't happen. If I dropped dead when I was hypnotizing somebody, basically all that would happen is your subconscious, I haven't heard his voice for a little while. That's not a bad thing. I haven't heard his voice for a little while, and we just naturally wake up and you drift from, maybe you fall asleep, and then that sleep would then go into wide awake and a state of alert. There's certain people we won't hypnotise. People with mental function, mental instabilities, shall we say. There's people who shouldn't be hypnotised because they're taking too many tablets. And people who are drunk can't be hypnotised because it'll just be another day. Basically, if they're on drugs, it'll just be weird and wonderful anyway. And we just wouldn't want to deal with certain things like that. Would anyone like to be hypnotised?
Oh.
Okay.
Sure.
We'll show you how hypnosis works first. And I'm going to ask Layla to come here, if you don't mind. Layla's came to one of my stage shows, and she was fantastic. First time she'd been hypnotised, and it was wonderful. The response. There's certain subjects that you get that just naturally take to hypnosis. But all I'm doing is I'm guiding the person into their hypnosis. That's the thing that I do. So you imagine a bell curve. You've got 2% of people who be hypnotised very, very quickly. Then you've got a few people who want to be hypnotised and allow themselves to be hypnotised. And then you've got the people who say, go on, then try it, but you can't. And whatever they say, I can't hypnotise it. From the stage show, me and Lena then got talking, and then she had a session, which was fantastic. And then also we had another session as well. Basically, with Layla, the thought of going into hypnosis is wonderful, as opposed to some other people who fight against it. So all we're going to do is we're going to show you how hypnosis works. If you all want to do this, you can. If you don't want to do it, don't listen to me. Or just put that mental block up. It's as simple as that. This is your chance to find out how the process works. So if you can do it. Before I do it, would you like me to hypnotise you?
Yes.
Are you happy for me to put you into hypnosis?
Yes.
And you're ready to make some wonderful changes now?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, you do this. And you do this. Can you do this? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to put that just up there. And I'm going to put some hypnosis magnets on the fingers. Now I'm going to focus, only focus in the centre of that point there. And you find the hypnosis bringing the fingers closer and closer and closer together. As you find now the hypnosis just go down your arms. Your shoulders up top of your head. Drifting gently down into your eyes. Making your eyes blink as that hypnosis now starts to ramp up, get stronger and stronger. The more that hypnosis gets, then your arms up, back of your head, at the top of your head, you'll feel your eyes start to blink. That's perfectly normal, perfectly natural, perfectly fine. We now start to make that hypnosis a little bit stronger. You'll find now the more you relax, and you allow yourself to focus only on the centre of that point. You'll find those fingers getting closer and closer and closer. And what we do now, only when you're ready, just close your eyes. Just imagine you can still see that point, you can still see those fingers. You allow yourself now to let every heartbeat, let every breath, just feel that hypnosis going to the top of your head, gently trickling down into your eyes as your hands now start to go lower into your lap. And you just naturally lower your hands down. Now, and you find the lower they go, the deeper the hypnosis takes. That's right. So you're very comfortable, you're very fine, going into total control. As you allow yourself, give yourself permission just to go 10 times deeper, 20 times deeper, 30 times deeper, 40 times deeper, 50 times deeper, 60 times deeper, 70 times deeper, 80 times deeper, 90 times deeper, 100 times deeper into your hypnosis. Now, as you allow yourself to keep your head perfectly straight, perfectly comfortable, almost like you've got a seatbelt in that chair. You won't fall out of the chair, you have yourself at all times. You allow yourself to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Now I talk to the audience now. Just allow yourself to go back to that magical place, that mystical place, that most wonderful place. So what you'll see happening now is just she's allowed herself just to drop into her hypnosis, just allowing herself. And she's drifting off to this place now where she wants to. Only her subconscious mind knows where that place is. She'll be absolutely fantastic. 1, 2, 3, eyes open wide awake, being absolutely fantastic. And when we say sleep, she can hear every single word I say. What I do is hold your hand out for me. And I like to make a fist, make it really tight. And all of a sudden, you feel now your arm getting stronger and stiffer. It's like a metal bar all the way through there. So you focus just on that knuckle there. And just, you'll know that you'll try to bend it in a moment, not just yet. But in a moment, you try and bend it, you'll find that you can't bend it because there's more strength, more steel, like a ton of concrete, just keeping that arm straight. You can try and bend it now, try and bend it if you want. The more you try, the more it just refuses. As I touch that now, push the hypnosis even further, even further. That's right, nice and straight. Sleep deeper, 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 deeper. As this arm now gets stronger, stronger. You can't bend it, It's just almost like it's one piece of you, just one piece of you, just one piece gets stronger and stronger, like a bar of metal, like a bar of concrete, As you keep that arm as straight as you can, pick this end up here you try doing that. You try keeping one arm as straight and as stiff as possible, but this is about as relaxed as anyone can be. Now what I'd like you to do is this arm gets stronger and stronger, stuck like a bar of steel. What I'd like to do is just come along. Anyone who wants to, just use a couple of fingers and just feel how much strength, how much tensile there is there. Don't just whack it down, but just to, and just keeping it straight. And you can, the subconscious mind is, you can pick the hand up if you want. And you'll find just how relaxed that hand is. It's loose and really lazy, just like a jellyfish. And 1, 2, 3, eyes open wide awake. Feeling absolutely fantastic. Feeling absolutely wonderful. As your arm goes down, it just takes you deeper and deeper. And you can't physically do that yourself. Really strain your hand. You've really got to, and just have this hand loose. That's as relaxed as you can possibly be. The wonderful thing about hypnosis is you can allow this to happen to yourself every day. At the end of the day, you can go into this state, which is absolutely fantastic, absolutely wonderful, and just clear all your mind of everything. So whatever is going on in your day, you can just allow it to just drift away and drain away. If you want to do some more work, how does that feel here? Yeah. Then, because the lady's been hypnotised so many times now, 2 or 3 times, we can do something which is called a hand drop induction. And this is basically, just saves me as a hypnotist a lot of time in the beginning. So the next time she comes to me, we can just get straight back to that place. Without all the kerfuffle, without all the drama, without all the theatre. Would you like to see that?
Yes.
Okay. Dominant hand.
Dominant hand.
Dominant hand. Okay, let's use this one. Just place it on mine. Okay, just there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Layla to focus on this ring and just push and push and push and focus and push and focus and push and focus and push and focus and push and sneak out deeper, 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 staying firmly in the chair, being absolutely fantastic in the chair. Now this basically saves me time. So 1, 2, 3, eyes open wide awake. Saves me time to allow her to go into hypnosis so we can do whatever work we need to, whether that's stop smoking, whether that's weight loss, whether that's anxiety, whether that's fears and phobias, whatever it is, we can now start working with the subconscious. Once we can get you into that place where I've kind of got bypassed the door. Between the conscious and the subconscious, there's like a little doorman. Doesn't want me to get through because the subconscious is like a child that wants the easy way out of everything. And the subconscious kind of thinks in colours and algorithms. So what I need to do is I need to get through that door. And to do that, we need to relax it to a state where I can talk direct to the subconscious so she can make the changes that she wants to. The form of hypnosis I use is called the kinetic shift. It's, I'm accredited by UK Hypnosis Academy, a gentleman called Carl Smith. Got trainings all around the world. We're now going into government agencies. We're now going into quite a lot of, they're using the phrase mental well-being instead of hypnosis. Use the word hypnosis, they kick you out. Use the word mental health care, come on in. Get inside there, and we use hypnosis, it's the same thing. So now I want to allow whatever changes Layla wants to make without me asking any questions or delving into what the problem is, because sometimes people don't want to tell you what the issue is, and sometimes people won't tell you what the issue is because they're too embarrassed or whatever it is, and sometimes they don't even know what the issue is. So by working directly with Layla's subconscious, we can get the results, or she can get the results that she wants. We can also do it as a fun thing. Are you hypnotised now?
I think so, yes.
You think so? Let's find out. The only way this can happen is because she's been hypnotised so many times by me before, and the subconscious mind recognises my voice and is programmed to do so. In a moment, I'll give you a hand. In a moment, you'll wake up on the count of 3, but not just yet. Your hand will be stuck to your knee, no matter how hard you try to unstick your hand. It'll just get tighter and tighter, stuck to your knee. 1, 2, 3, eyes open, wide awake. Now you can try. Take your hand up your knee. And you can see the conflict between the conscious and the subconscious mind. She knows it's silly. A hand shouldn't be stuck to her knee. But the suggestion, and it's only a little suggestion, that the hand is stuck and there is the general conflict there. What's going on? The best thing I can do to show you how to get out of that, if you give me your hand, Okay, put your hand, put this finger in your ear, and your hand will come off, but your finger will get stuck in your ear. There you go, your hand will come off now. You can use your other hand to pull it away. But it's a thing. It's really is. 1, 2, 3, you can release now. You can release now, yeah. Back in the chair, and there is genuine conflict there. What's going on? If you just give me a hand now, let it sleep there, deeper. In a moment, you will be holding a bottle that you won't see. You won't see this bottle. You won't see the plastic. You won't see the water. You won't see the colours. You will not see this bottle. Does not exist. Does not exist at all. But you'll notice that you have it. Like you just put your hand down, grip tight, and nod your head if you understand that you will not be able to see the bottle, whatever it is. 1, 2, 3, I don't mind away. Okay. So, can I have the bottle? I'll give you €10 if you give me a bottle of water without leaving your chair.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll give you €20 if you can give me a bottle of water without leaving.
I haven't got a bottle of water.
Yeah, you've got a bottle of water. Whatever you do. It's called a negative hallucination. You'll know when you go and find your keys. When you find your keys, well, eventually when you find your keys, you've been to the same place 3 times. You've gone to the table. They're not there. Go running around the house. Go back to the table. They're still not there. You go looking in all your pockets, all your bits and pieces. You go back to the table, it's still there. That's just called a negative illusion. That's what Layla's experiencing at the moment is a negative hallucination. Because in the moment when I clap my hands, you'll see you have a bottle, 1, 2, 3. Now can I have that bottle? That's all it is, just very simple stuff. Can I give you a round of applause? Conflict between the conscious and the subconscious. This shouldn't be happening, but it's way. Let's go here. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Great seeing you. Are there any aches and pains? Are there any injuries I need to know about? Are there any mental issues I need to know about?
Ready from playing your power.
Okay. And this is all about those. Just a deep breath in. And just focus if you can, just on that light there. And just realise in a moment I'm going to hypnotise you because you already are. You basically saw Layla being hypnotised and that's just transferred to you now. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like to put your hands about 3 or 4 inches up.
Okay.
And you find now.
3 or 4 inches. Yes. 3 or 4 inches. 6 inches is that.
You find now the hands get closer and closer and closer together because the hypnosis is pulling them closer. As the hypnosis again goes up your arm, over the top of your head. You focus, only focus on that point there. Allow yourself, give yourself permission just to let go with every heartbeat, with every breath. Just allow yourself. And you'll find the hypnosis now going over the top of your head, trickling into your eyes, gently into your eyes, allowing yourself to feel that hypnosis getting stronger and stronger and stronger. As you close your eyes now, allow yourself to close your eyes. Eyes nice and closed. And I want you to focus on all those muscles around your eyes, every single muscle, 200 muscles around your eyes. As they just go loose, so limp, so lazy. It's almost like a bunch of rubber bands that have just been thrown through like a dish rag, like a rag doll thrown off your bed. All those muscles now just simply relaxed. As your arms drop down into your legs, you'll find now the deeper your hands go, the deeper into hypnosis, you allow yourself to go. You're in total control. You can hear my words, every other sound just simply drifts away. Just allow now just your hands just to go onto your lap. As you relax, you vanish, right? Allow it to happen, let it happen, and it will happen. As you now take that wonderful sense of relaxation and hypnosis from your eyes, you'll find that your eyes won't be able to open. You'll try to open your eyes in a moment, not just yet, but you'll find they just won't be able to open. It's almost like there's some hypnotic superglue covering your eyes. You'll know that any time you can open your eyes, you choose at this moment not to. Not yet. try and open your eyes now. Okay? You've proved to me now that you can open your eyes. Now lock them down a little bit deeper. And this time, deeper, deeper, deeper. Very heartbeat. Every breath. So allowing yourself deeper, deeper to your hypnosis. Allowing yourself to relax. It's that wonderful place. You know you want to. Now you find now your eyes just get locked down even more. You're glued down, you're just locked down even more. If you allow yourself, give yourself permission to lock those eyes down now. You can try to open your eyes. The more you try, the more you get locked down, glued down, stuck down, drop down, glued down. Okay. Thanks for trying. Okay, so take a seat back. Again, this is very, very quickly allowing people to experience it. Would anyone else like to experience a little bit of hypnosis?
Go on.
Go on.
I'll do this with the last one, and then I'll open the floor to any questions.
Go with it.
Open your eyes. Open your eyes.
Go with
Have you
it.
been hypnotised before?
Relax. Go with
No,
it.
okay, just do a deep breath in. Hold it. Breathe out. Just allow yourself now just to close your eyes. Just allow yourself just to drift and drain away. All the other sounds just simply drifting away now. But the normal sounds, as you allow yourself, give yourself permission just to drop. Deep state of relaxation. That's right. As you allow yourself, give yourself permission to go even deeper into a wonderful state of relaxation. Nothing really bothers you, nothing really matters at all. As you allow yourself, give yourself permission just to drop down deeper and deeper. In fact, you can go 10 times deeper, 20 times deeper, 30 times deeper, 40 times deeper. That's right. And in a moment, I'm going to pick this hand up. When I do, your hand will feel so heavy, your arm will feel so heavy. You want to help me, but don't. I'll do all the work for you. And as we pick your hand up, it just goes loose and limp and lazy. That's right, absolutely loose and limp and lazy. Just let go now. That's right. And as it touches your lap, you go twice as deep into relaxation as you were just a moment ago. Now. That's right. Do it one more time. This time your hand will be even heavier and heavier. That's perfect. And you'll feel that noise again. And when you hear that noise, you go twice as deep as you were just a moment ago. Now. That's right. We'll do that one more time. This time, you go 10 times deeper into a wonderful state of hypnosis that you were in just a moment ago. Now. And you allow yourself, give yourself permission just to drift to a wonderful place, a magical place. And this talk about staying perfectly safe in your chair. Your powerful subconscious will look after you as you allow yourself now just to drift and drain away. Drift and drain away. And I'd like to think now of any negative images, feelings, thoughts, emotions, sensations that have been holding you back for the last few days, last few weeks, last few months, last few years. Allowing yourself, giving yourself permission now just to let go now of any negative images, feelings, thoughts, emotions, sensations, and feelings that have been holding you back for the last few days, last few weeks, last few months, last few years. And just allow them to drift and drain away. Wherever you want them to, allow them to drift and drain away. It's almost like you put them into a balloon, into a hot air balloon, and just drift up into the sky. And all those troubles, all those emotions, all the negative feelings, thoughts, emotions, sensations that have been holding you back, that you don't want anymore, are just simply drifting away and floating away, drifting away, floating away. Now, and in the moment when I count to 5, you'll feel so full of life, so full of energy, you'll feel absolutely fantastic. You'll feel $1 million. You'll feel amazing. You'll feel like wind has just cleared out everything in your body. It's almost like a fresh start. 1, the muscles starting to come back to life. 2, all the blood pumping. 3, this mountain breeze just washing out back your nose, back your mouth, back your throat, feeling absolutely fantastic. 4, all the suggestions, all the negative emotions feeling absolutely fantastic, drifted and drained away. And 5, eyes open, feeling absolutely fantastic and wide awake. You've never been hypnotised before?
I wasn't hypnotised then.
You wasn't hypnotised then? Fantastic. And you're not hypnotised now?
No.
Fantastic. It's wonderful.
I don't think so.
No, it's okay. It's absolutely fine. Just watch the butterfly. Just watch the butterfly. Watch the butterfly. She's watching concentrate up there. Deeper, deeper, deeper. It's what we call a flock. So someone who's never been hypnotised before doesn't realise the capability she has of changing her life, of changing anything she wants to change. It's just wonderful. It really is wonderful. 1, 2, 3, eyes open, wide awake, and you're not hypnotised, are you?
No.
Okay, you can just relax a little bit. Just open just a little bit, just nice and safe. And I'd like you to put an imaginary seatbelt on your seat so you will not fall out. Absolutely fantastic. Wonderful, absolutely fantastic. Definitely not hypnotised. No, she's not hypnotised. Fantastic. Sleep deeper, deeper, deeper. Feel the way? No, that's okay. That's no problem. Breathe in. And turn the other way. I'd like to focus on that ring. Now, normally you can't do this type of induction until a few sessions have passed. So what I'd like to do is just focus on that ring. You feel the hypnosis coming out of the top of your head. I'd like to press down, really press down as hard as you can. Press down, press down. Focus, press down, focus, 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 press down, focus, sleep down, deeper, deeper, and deeper, and deeper. And all we're doing is we're actually allowing ourselves to get into the subconscious. Because when I pull my hand away, the subconscious is thinking about this pressure on the hand. And by pressing down on the hand, and then as soon as I let it, I can say any word. I don't have to say sleep, I can say sausages, anything like that. It's just giving that impression that we're now going into a state of wonderful, wonderful hypnosis. When I count to 3, you'll feel absolutely fantastic, full of energy, and feeling absolutely brilliant. 1, 2, 3, eyes open, wide awake. Give her an applause. You were hypnotised.
You were totally.
She allowed herself to go into hypnosis. One, you have to be open. You have to be open to hypnosis.
Great.
I can't. Like this way.
She feels great.
I'll send you the film. Like with Wayne, alright, there's reasons why people can't get hypnotised on a certain day or can't go into hypnosis on a certain day. Maybe if they've had an argument, they've lost a game of paddle, then maybe you've had, I don't mean this disrespectfully, maybe you've had 2 or 3 drinks, and that affects everything as well. But if you allow yourself and want to experience hypnosis, you can. If you can then do that, you can then start working on the changes that you want to make. But you have the power to do that. How do you feel?
Oh, I'm kind of like flabbergasted. It's like I feel like great in myself,
Yeah.
but I feel like I've just missed what's going on.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
When I get out of this seat, can I be like 2 dress sizes?
A little bit more work than what we've done. Okay. Just give me a hand. Press down, press down, press down. Really focus, really focus, really focus, and press down. Okay, so I didn't say sleep, I just said sausages. Can someone grab me that chair, please? Sitting up nice and firm in the chair, nice and safe. Your back is stuck to the chair, your back is stuck to the chair. You don't fall out. And just in case, what I'd like to do is I'd like to hold on to that chair nice and tight, 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 nice and tight. And whatever happens, your hand can't release unless I tell you from this chair. Nod your head if you understand. Thank you. Your hand is stuck to this chair no matter what happens. No matter what happens, your hand gets stuck tight and not tight. If you tight. 1, 2, 3, eyes open, wide awake. Fantastic. All right. So how did that feel?
Okay.
Great. Round of applause. Yeah, you can leave the chair there. Oh, yeah. straight away Tatiana or Gontra. This is simple. This is conflict between the speakers. If you can give a suggestion, a simple suggestion, that your hand, and you're not hypnotised, are you? I don't think so. That's right. So she doesn't need to hypnotise. If you can do a simple suggestion like this, imagine the powerful work that you can do with anything that you have. Obviously, this is just a bit of fun. However, the serious side of it is, what can I do? How can I change my life? What am I capable of? And that's what people don't think what they can do, but how capable they are through a simple process. I know. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, my hands release. All the time. There you go. A very simple demonstration of the power of the mind. Now, this power of the mind can be used for however you want to use it. And I'm here to help. You can maybe find another therapist to help. You've got to be right with feel comfortable with the person in front of you. It's like going to a doctor. It may be that some of you are thinking, hang on, I might do something if I don't like Tony. That's brilliant. It doesn't matter. So long as you get the work that you want to do done. Just like all the resolutions go out the window. There's a reason for that, which we're all going through right now. It's now building yourself to be stronger, to be more powerful, to have more belief in the capabilities that you have. I'm Tony Charles. Thank you ever so much for your ears. I'll open the door in a few moments to questions and answers. You can ask me anything you want regarding hypnosis. I'm just going to put downstairs, just give you a few minutes just to think of anything you want to think of. Have a chat between yourself. And more importantly, those of you who haven't been hypnotised before, you can speak to this lady. Julie. Who was determined she wasn't hypnotised. Hypnosis is a wonderful thing. It's nothing to be scared of. It's a powerful thing. How surprised are you, Ray?
Me?
Yeah.
About Julie?
Yeah.
Oh, incredible surprise because she's not the person that would ever do this ever. So, yeah.
And it's usually the people who you can't do you can't do. As long as you have an open mind, as long as you are willing to explore what you're capable of, you can actually do and achieve amazing things. Listen, on my posters here, I've got a very old website with old numbers. What I like to do is run it. If you want to have my website, my phone number, you don't have to buy anything at all. You don't have to have anything at all. I'm not that kind of job. This is about explanation. However, if you want to explore it further, we can do that at a later date. I'll just pass them along. I'm just going to
Because you think.
I can't see it.
Oh, my God, it's getting.
You feel good. Fuzzy inside. You feel happy. You feel yeah, but no, but how do you feel in stuff that make you feel how do you feel? As in happy, such a good yeah. After when you go to the right. But I feel right now. I feel great. I feel great. She looks.
You look like you feel great.
I do feel great. I feel great.
I was glad we didn't sort of say, oh, you'll be able to beat time I'm having to hypnotise me and I just need to get on the court and be calm. Whenever you see rain. I said, whenever you see white in your
I had a lot of water in my hands, but I was like, well, I can't pronounce what I have on it. So I did and I didn't. It was weird. It was weird. Because he told me it wasn't there. It wasn't there. Even though it was there, but it wasn't there.
the bottle.
Yeah. But he said it wasn't there, so it's not there. That's literally how it feels. I'm like, it's not there, so I'm not listening to it.
So a round of applause, please, for Layla, Julie. So, yes,
I did not go into that, so.
maybe not now, because you can't get, some people can't just go under then. You put you on the spot. It's like people who come on stage, they can't go under just there and then because maybe there's something else going on. But at another time, you could go under quite easily. Everyone is capable of hypnosis.
I want it. I do want it.
And some people want it too much. And then some people overanalyze it too much. Because they're thinking, should I be feeling this? Should I be feeling that? What should I be feeling? You know, what's happening? I know I should do this. No, I shouldn't do this. So it's conflict all the time. And it's a very short space of time.
But I'm absolutely amazed at Julie did what she did.
You know Julie more than anyone in this room, so only you can comment on that. But it happens more regularly than you think. People who think they can't are fantastic. Layla didn't know when she came up on stage the first time that she could be hypnotised. Never been hypnotised before, went under like a dream. You don't know. But another night, if she'd have come up on stage, if another night if she'd have come up on stage, she may not have gone into hypnosis. It's as simple as that. It's like when you're trying to concentrate, right, I'm going to clear my mind. I'm going to clear my mind of everything. The more you try and clear your mind, another thing pops in, another thing pops in, another thing pops in, another thing pops in. And you try. But on another day, you can think, crikey, where did that half an hour go? And you've just been dragging, you've been drifting because you hadn't. So it's a process. Hypnosis, meditation, it's a process.
So we had conversations in Tony about, I don't like bunnies.
Yeah.
And I asked Tony if it's possible.
To change that.
To change that.
Yeah.
It's something we can explore.
Yeah, for me to like bunnies.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well,
I can assure you it's not the weirdest request I've had.
he made me think I had a squid in my hand once and it was. And asked me to bite it, and I'm like, I am not biting a squid for my life.
But the great thing about that is you wasn't in hypnosis, that was just suggestion.
Oh, what's that really?
There's no hypnosis there at all.
Oh, really?
Really? Hold your hand out.
Oh, yeah, okay. So
Close your eyes. I'll put that squid in your hand again. Now, put that squid nearer. See, that's not hypnosis, but the reaction is the same. It's just mere suggestion. We're giving hypnotic force.
oh,
We just don't realise it. We're like a sponge for some of the
Take it
new
off for George.
please go.
Take it off for George.
Maybe just actually be quiet a little bit before I take this question. Hang on.
Take it off.
I want to have a session.
I'll wait till
The
Tony says.
problem is I have
Is it
I'm
gone?
no trophy.
There's no chance it will happen.
So would my subconscious override the fact that I want to be hypnotised?
Possibly.
Okay.
Yeah. But the way you go through the process,
You could probably knock out the control freak bit.
no, we don't want to knock anything out.
Okay.
We just want to address the things that you want to change.
Okay.
And it may be by being in control, you can do that more strongly.
Okay.
Okay. So it's using what you've got to work for you as opposed to against you.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, to have a session, we don't just, it's not just like sit in the chair, do that, do that, do that, sleep. That's not hypnosis. That's a little bit of suggestion. You are fantastic at it. So it's just taking you through, my sessions last between 60 and 90 minutes.
That's only €15, right?
That's an MP3. I'll give you the others. If you want the other stuff, anybody wants to know about sessions,
When you have more.
come and ask. That's just giving my website and telephone number. But if anyone wants to...
Oh, yeah.
I don't like giving these out. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and what's the difference between this and meditation?
Very little. You just allow your mind just to get rid of all the rubbish. So it's the same thing. People use the word hypnosis. Is there such a thing? Is it trance? Is it sleep? Is it meditation? It's just allowing yourself to go to another realm, to allow your subconscious to get in. So when you're in a conscious state, you're thinking of so much in that moment, of the 6, 7, 8, 9 things. To allow yourself to go into meditation, you've got to get rid of those things to start off with. So you're halfway there. If you're into meditation, fantastic. You just allow yourself to go to the next step.
So it's almost the same.
It's almost the same thing. But it's whatever word they want to use this week, whatever flavour they want to use this week. The main thing is allowing yourself, because only your subconscious mind knows what it wants to achieve. Sorry, what's your name? Alexis. So Alexis comes to see me. Tony, I want to do this. Right, have you brought your manual with you? What manual? Okay, well, the manual you were born with. Okay, so page 34. No, right, we do this. There's no manual, there's no nothing. Only you know what you want to change, but you have to want that change. I refuse people who want to stop smoking because they say to me, I'll give it a try. Or my wife wants me to stop smoking, or my husband wants me to stop smoking, or my mother wants me to stop, because it's not them making the choice. You have to. So it's like meditation. Right today, I'm going to give myself 15 minutes. Today, I'm going to be doing this mantra in my head. Today, I'm going to just turn everything off just for these 15 minutes. Because that's what I want. It's a kind of similar thing. There's no exact science. There's no exact philosophy. But it's been going on for thousands and thousands of years. And meditation is another thing. The chandra's when you get the tribal people, when they're chanting, they go around the fire, they're chanting, they're just giving themselves suggestion. We're going to beat the enemy, we're going to do this. You look at the Maori, the All Blacks. And they're chanting on the field, and they're just what's sorry? The haka, that's again, but that kind of grew, the root of this, because that spreads, it's like a synergy. That information spreads, and all of a sudden everything gets fired up. And the subconscious takes it again. It's long way of saying yes. I like to go to your house because you're in a relaxed environment. Sometimes people who choose to have hypnosis, right, I'm going to hypnosis today. Get the car, or I'm driving to that first in. So I want you to be as relaxed as possible.
White coat syndrome.
Sorry?
White coat syndrome.
Yeah. I want you to be as relaxed as possible, and you can have whoever you want round to sit in the back, to sit beside you.
I mean, us three live all that, within 100 yards. So if you all say yes, would you go 1, 2, 3?
I'm here to help anyone who wants to be helped. The key words there are, I want to do this. I need to do that. I'd like to achieve this. I want, not I'm going to try. Because if you say to someone, can you come and help move some furniture? Yeah, I'll try and come on Saturday. They never turn up. The word try kind of means. So basically, I would speak to you separately, maybe tomorrow, whatever you want to call me. I don't call you. You call me. Whenever you want to call me, then we can discuss what you want personally. And then we'll tailor something to you.
Yeah, I mean, we're only over here for another 6, 7 weeks, so you'll get a session within 7 weeks, will you?
No problem at all. No problem at all. Sorry, I've been drinking all day. Anyone else got any other questions?
Wayne didn't go.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had someone who wanted your help and they didn't go, would you continue to try?
No, I would continue to allow them to go to hypnosis. I wouldn't try because that means fail. Come and grab a seat.
talking about. I know.
I don't know. Jimmy, don't you?
I do know.
Now we know Julie goes into hypnosis beautifully.
You too.
Now I want you to repeat yourself over and over again. I'm not going to get hypnotised. I'm not going to get hypnotised. I'm not going to get hypnotised. You can't hypnotise me for love or money. Nothing. You are not going to put me into hypnosis. Hypnosis is not going to happen. But you've got to really mean it. Just block out the words. Don't listen to me. Whatever you want to do, don't listen to me. You know the score. Press down, but you're not going to get hypnotised. You're not going to get hypnotised. Just focus on that ring there. Focus. Press. Sleep. She's going to get hypnotised. But if you really didn't want to get hypnotised, I mean, really, she's loving it. She's enjoying it. Going back to that lovely, wonderful place on these 3 hours open, doing absolutely fantastic. And so, have you ever been? It doesn't bother you now. That's the wonderful thing. It really doesn't bother you. It's a lovely feeling. It's like going to the gym.
Can you come home with me, Tony?
It's like going to the gym. When you go to the gym the first time, it really is hard work. It really is hard work. Then you go back a second time. But then when you get into it, it's like your meditation. How often do you meditate? Is it daily, weekly? Weekly. So increase that meditation to 3 or 4 times a week. You know, increase the affirmations you say to yourself, and see what happens to your life. Because you can control yourself already. You're fantastic. You're fantastic. Do you know? Have you ever been hypnotised? You haven't. So rather than do the long out, drawn out thing, when people are on stage, if they see one thing, they'll normally follow. Let's put that to the test. Stop my hand on there. What I'd like you to do is just take a deep breath in. Do you have any problems with your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists? All over. All over. But anything I need to be worried about, okay, we'll not do that. We'll not do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put anything at risk that I want to look at you. Okay, so what I'd like to do is look at my finger. In fact, what I'm going to do is put your hand there. See, that's probably it's not the centre of your hand there. Just focus on the centre of your hand there, because that's where all the hypnosis is there. In a moment, it's going to come into your head as you relax your hand. This finger here, in a moment, is going to touch your head there. As soon as it touches your head there, you're just going to go deeper and deeper into hypnosis. Now you find your hand getting closer and closer, and closer. You focus only on the centre of your hand. Really, really focus as you allow yourself, give yourself permission. You feel that hand now coming closer and closer and closer. See, now it's just fighting it. Now there's no relaxation there. As you focus even stronger, focus even more. Allow yourself, give yourself permission with every heartbeat and every breath. As your hand gets closer and closer and closer. Every minute now it's just going to touch your head. And once your finger touches your head, you just drop into this wonderful, wonderful state of deep, pure relaxation. You feel the hypnosis now going down your arms, up your shoulders, over the back of your head, over the top of your head, trickling gently down into your eyes, making you feel absolutely fantastic as you allow yourself, give yourself permission now, purely through your own intelligence. You can allow yourself to experience that hypnosis as it comes even stronger down in your arm, up your shoulder, up the back of your head, over the top of your head. You find any second now, you'll touch your head. You just drop into this wonderful, wonderful state of hypnosis, or this thing we call hypnosis, as you allow yourself, give yourself permission now, just to drop any second. You find your eyes closing, getting heavier and heavier. You just close your eyes when you're ready. That's right. Allow yourself. Those eyes getting heavier and heavier. Just close your eyes now. Do you feel yourself drifting and draining away? Feeling absolutely fantastic. You just allow yourself to close your eyes now. Just close your eyes. And as your hand touches, and you allow yourself to drift into a wonderful state of hypnosis. Now. Feeling absolutely fantastic, feeling absolutely fine, feeling absolutely wonderful. It doesn't want to go into hypnosis. It's close. But it just doesn't want to, not sure, just been thrown into it. A subconscious is fighting, not allowing it, allowing it to go into hypnosis. Even though she's seen it happen, she knows it's safe. Just to assure herself. Fantastic. Thanks very much.
It's probably just the made it weak.
There is that.
Is that what it is? Is that what
You
what are you thinking about? What are you thinking you need to wait?
Can I ask you the question genuinely, because a lot of people think, could you not let go of this chair?
I didn't even realise I had it to start off with until I started to stand up or move or whatever.
Okay. Listen, I'm coming to the end of my presentation. You can stick around as long as you want. If you want to go into more hypnosis, you can go into more hypnosis. If you want to just do some stuff, some funky stuff, I'm happy to do that. But I've come to the end of my presentation. Anyone else wants any questions, speak to me. I'm very happy to take it on. So thank you very much.